Memphis loves dining out, which is why we like to check in with an expert on the subject, Jennifer Biggs. She is the food and dining editor at the Daily Memphian, and we have several interesting topics to get to tonight as she joins us now from her kitchen in East Memphis. So Jennifer, you're doing something I think is pretty cool at the Memphian, which you launched this week, in what you call Memphis's best street for foodies. So you have wisely divided up the 10-mile stretch of Summer Avenue into 4 sections over the next 4 weeks. Tell us about Section 1.
Section 1 starts at East Parkway, which is where Summer Avenue begins, and it goes to Highland. That's sort of an area of Summer that maybe people don't always think of as having a lot to eat, but there is a lot to eat down there, as you'll find out when you read what Chris Harrington and I did that's up on the site now. There is a Somali place, there's a soul food Mexican type place, there is a Chinese place that I bet you've driven by, I can't tell you how many times, because I have and never went in. That's a mistake. You definitely need to go try out Kim Chai, maybe the best secret on the whole street, in fact. And then you've got Hamline right there. You know, we're going like 1 block off Summer. So Hamline Brewery is there too. At Tillman, also in that stretch of Summer. There's a ghost kitchen there. There's Lit Junior there. There's a lot going on in what is called Lower Summer.
Okay.
Or I call the Lou Reed end of summer. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So.
Well, it is certainly an eclectic street in Memphis, to be sure. I can't wait to hear about the other sections. I'm also excited you're bringing back your Friday lunch series for the first time since the pandemic. It gives you a chance to meet and dine with your readers. How is it going to work?
Well, how it works is you have to sign up and you have to prepay. We used to do this every Friday and, did some other things like whiskey tastings and that sort of stuff. Right now, we're just scheduling one lunch and it's the Salt Soy on July 8th. Go to the Daily Memphian page, look for Table Talk, and you can find the Eventbrite link through there to get a ticket. It's a great deal. Owner Nick Scott is sticking with pre-COVID prices, which I think was more than we could possibly have asked for. So it's a $20, plus tip and tax lunch for subscribers and a little bit more for non-subscribers. We're gonna have a great time. These are a lot of fun. So I hope to see a lot of people, new faces and old there.
Yeah, sounds like fun for sure. And we can always trust you to keep us up to speed on the latest restaurant news. Magnolia May in East Memphis opened at the height of the pandemic 2 years ago, and things seem to be going well for them. What's new?
They really did, didn't they? I mean, opening in May 2020, but it just turned out that way. But what has happened now is they've hired Gannon Hamilton, who has been at lots of different places, including the Grove Grill many years ago, Chip Dunham's dad's place. But mostly people remember him from The Farmer. He did a lot of work with Mac Edwards, so a lot of the food that you liked so much there, Gannon was cooking it. And since he's there, they're now open for lunch on Thursdays and Fridays. They have a nice lunch, also open for brunch, but that's not new. And then dinner, Tuesday through Saturday. Magnolia May is a nice little spot. It's at that little stretch behind Gus's in East Memphis, behind the Half Shell, that little place, that little street back there that sort of stubs off into Kroger.
Right. Okay. Well, good for them. To read more about all of what we talked about tonight and anything restaurant related, head over to thedailymemphian.com. That's thedailymemphian.com, and you'll find Jennifer's stories in the food section. All right, Jennifer, thanks so much for being with us, and we will see you next time, okay?
Thank you, Richard.